Martin around Duncan. Duncan got a hand on it.
Perry Kittle, 32%.
Here's Jackson, who took a terrible shot last time. A better assist. And Tim Duncan out of the timeout. A chance for a three-point play.
Well, that's what Steven Jackson, and he's been doing it all year long, has given them. Maybe not as good as Sean Elliott, who was here a few years ago, but he gives them that guy who can penetrate, draw the defense, and just dump it off for the easy finish.
And Kenyon Martin, Tony Parker short-armed that one with a couple of big guys in front of him. Neither jumped in the way of the shot.
What a pass.
Kittle's baseline blocked by Duncan. He'll take it after he got it back. And here comes
the level of Magic Johnson, Pete Maravich, Walt Frazier, Jerry West here.
Rose up over Williams. Tough shot.
He's got about 4 skid strip. It's a tough matchup right here for Steven Jackson.
Harris blocked by Duncan.
Duncan always keeps the ball in play with his block.
That's his third block shot already in the first quarter, fellas.
San Antonio leads the NBA every year in block shots per game. They did it again this year. Absolutely fabulous against Detroit, Johnson.
Then Duncan puts it in, and again a chance to add one. Williams has 2 now, as does Martin. Four Nets now with 2 fouls each. Martin, Collins, Williams, and Rogers. Those are the big guys.
A broken play for San Antonio. A 6-time All-Star, excuse me, 5-time All-Star.
There, Johnson a double team. That leaves Claxton wide open, and he knocks down the jumper.
I mean, you have an idea where your big man's going.
Tim Duncan from the free hurry, and now takes about 3 steps with no traveling violation. His kid had a hand on it.
Kenyon Martin is everywhere.
Duncan off the glass.
Well, they are certainly letting him draw.
Lisa Marie Presley. Ahmad Rashad with a special feature. Mike Tirico, Sean Elliott, and Doc Rivers will be along. Right now, we'll take a quick break. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is all tied up at halftime.
Had to beg and plead, literally buy his way to get a college scholarship at Cal State Fullerton. And now he's starting in the NBA Finals for the fate
for the Spurs. That's horrible, as Bill would say. But Duncan rips it, and he's hit in the first 51 seconds of the third quarter. And Tim Duncan knocked them both down, so he's in
for jump shots. Let's see if Scott said his biggest concern was the size of the Spurs. New Jersey's in trouble. They need a timeout desperately.
Martin gets set defensively. Duncan gives it up. Parker will try a 3. Got it! And Tim Duncan on the feed to Parker, who knocked down the 3. 8 points for Tony Parker. Tim Duncan talked about the fact Tony was a teeny bopper the last time the Spurs were in the NBA Finals.
I think he's great. I think he's ready to go. I think he's excited about it. We were talking about it today. When we were in the finals, he was back in France up at 3 a.m. watching the games, and now he's here, and he's excited to be here, and he's ready to roll.
This is the NBA Finals. You got to take it yourself.
Parker on the pick and roll, back to Duncan. Duncan knocks it down outside. 12 points, 12 rebounds for the big fella.
You see what happens when you hit a couple shots.
David Robinson, so strong. Not really a back-to-the-basket player, even in the greatest days of his career. Tim Duncan, though, who played against David Robinson when Tim Duncan was in college at Wake Forest, and David Robinson was representing.
The last minute and a half by the Nets to close that 10-point gap down to where we are, a 3-point lead. Duncan over Kenyon Martin. So that's a tough shot.
So
Duncan with Martin on his hip. Duncan, another tough shot. 8 this quarter, 16 for the game. He's got 16 for the game. The big guy, Tim Duncan. How tough has he been this quarter? And then his pint-sized counterpart on the outside. Spinning inside. It's an 11-point Spurs.
Jump hook, runner, doesn't matter. He's got it all.
And he's got the free throw. Antonio. They stretch their lead to a dozen with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Game 1 of the NBA Finals in San Antonio. Tim Duncan continuing to put on a third quarter show. Brad Nessler with Bill Walton. Rogers doesn't get it. Duncan cleans the glass again. Great pass. Jackson, look at it. Rodney Rogers, and he's got 3.
Tim Duncan forces the missed shot. And then the hardest thing for a big man is to turn and get the same rebound that he just forced. The over-the-top pass right on the mark, the throwdown. That is the MVP, the best player in the land, Tim Duncan.
They out-netted the Nets right there. And I don't think it's hyperbole to say, I know he's got a lot of years ahead of him, but I think Tim Duncan, you could say right now, is one of the greatest players to play this game.
Jackson with 4 on the shot clock. Duncan may have gotten away with a push for the offensive rebound, but he puts it right back.
Good looks, kept him under control in transition.
They're doing a good job of making them play to their weaknesses.
Tim Duncan, and he's Duncan. He's got 25. Kenyon Martin's got to get back in this ball game, doesn't he?
He's got to get in the ball game. It does you no good to leave him on the bench. I don't think you go down 18, 19 points, it's already over.
Tim Duncan's starting to think that right now that it might be over. He's put on an unbelievable performance in this half. He had last basket.
You are not going to win the NBA championship by playing conservatively. Right off the bench.
Back at some point, Tim Duncan was only 2 for 3.
Yeah.
Now he has 27, 15, and 5.
And another blocked another shot. But Collins with
8 blocks. Duncan right there. And how many did Robinson have? 4 for David Robinson.
Oh, what a shot by Duncan.
Like I said, you can't play any single
key on anything this guy does because he always has the ability to go the other way. Beautiful defense. The tandem block that time. Show him one way, come right back. That's a Larry Bird, Kevin McHale.
Half court consistently enough.
The way they're going to score in the half court.
You can't be afraid to attack against it. They're going to press you.
Nice.
Make them pay.
Duncan, a great leave for Robinson, and David just points at him.
And that is the way to do it. 2 minutes
on the pick. And Duncan blocks another shot at Kenyon Martin.
To the hoop. Now he's hitting turnaround jumpers. He's got his confidence going.
Kenyon Martin trying to tip in twice his own miss and can't. And then found
Durbin, who was so effortless in his filling out of the stat sheet. That pursuit of the ball by Kenyon Martin. So admirable, but certainly not what Tim Duncan anymore out of Jason Kidd. Richard Jefferson is really that good a defensive player.
They're in deep trouble.
We'll find out Friday.
We'll find out on Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Game 1 goes to San Antonio. 101-89 is the final.